everybody, welcome to Stitches Costa Rica. I am Karina and this is Flosstube 29. And you know what? Happy Mother's Day. One day late for my friends at US and I think Mexico. And I don't know if UK celebrates the same date. Here in Costa Rica, no way. Our Mother's Day, it's on August 15th. Then it was a easy weekend, but hope everybody that celebrated yesterday had a beautiful family time. Okay. Today is Monday, May the 9th, and yes, almost a month later of my past video. Crazy, no? Well, it was April has been a little bit complicated. I will tell you in a little bit why. Thank you for everybody that is here sharing a little bit of time. This is a basically cross stitch channel, and thank you for all the new subscribers and everybody that is always with me. Thank you so much. It was a very hot day and I decided to sit in the floor and I have the windows open and I don't even put makeup on it, only the little bit of lipstick because I didn't stand makeup. It was like I was sweating. It was really hot. You know what? It was hot but humid. The problem is it's about to rain, but it's not raining. It's about to rain, but it's not raining. It's like when you are in this, and then the humidity is in the weather. It's really, really tough. But it's getting a little fresh now because at least the sun is... Hey! Nope. My dog wants cook. But then, hopefully, maybe will rain in the night. I don't know. It will refresh a little bit. Okay, life update. Well, one funny point first. The past video, I was showing you guys the 4 little pieces of Winnie the Pooh. And I did a mistake. When I was showing Igor, I said Piglet like 3 times or something like that. And I realized my mistake and I said, guys, why you didn't tell me? But that was in Spanish when I did the video in Spanish. And why I'm sharing this is because I want to share how funny but possible is that no matter you make your video in one moment of your life and nobody's in front of you, only the camera, and your friends see the video later on, maybe a week and a month later, you can interact. It's so funny. In English, I didn't have the mistake because I really did the mistake. I did the mistake in Spanish. But the thing is, I did that many times. And when I realized my mistake, I said, hey guys, why didn't you correct me? Of course, nobody will correct me. No, I'm making a video. But later on, talking with Carol is another Flosstuber from Costa Rica. She said to me, Karina, you don't know how much I laugh with your video. And I said, why? And she said, because every time you give the name incorrectly, I said, no, Igor. She was correcting me. Of course, I couldn't hear her. Of course, it was different times, you know. But then she said, and when you said, hey guys, why you don't tell me? I said, I had been telling you all this time. I was like, oh my God. You know, this is funny, but also... I want to share how this community it's incredible funny and I really like to share with you guys this little time I have for you. Not as frequent as I want lately, but yes, I enjoy a lot. Costa Rica has been really convulsed, I will say that. Not in the bad way. Actually, yesterday we have the change of power. The new president took power yesterday. That's perfect. Our democracy, I love that. But 22 days ago, more or less, the government of Costa Rica was hacked in the databases of Hacienda, which means, like, let's say our IRS, the tax collection office, and the customs and border office. Then this is a mess. Right now we are like Flintstones, you know, like back in the medieval, or I don't know, Stone Age. There is no system to present the tax forms, but of course they found a contingency way for you to pay, but then you have to go all make, physically go to the bank and pay because it's not online system. And customs is a mess. There is no system. Everything has to be done, on hand. A week ago, one of the Costa Rica has customs like divided per sectors. One of the sector supposed to they supposed to do at least 12,000 custom entries. They did 189. Could you imagine 189 against 12,000 that's supposed to be done? This is a mess. Things are delayed. People is having extra charges, and we have to wait. And there's nothing to be done. The hack was done by Conti Group, and of course they were requesting $10 million. Costa Rica doesn't have that money, and even if we have the money, that there's not a good precedent if you pay to these people. Then here we are, like in Stone Age, with taxes and customs. Then it has been quite challenge days. And I work in both with customs and taxes. Then anyway, I'm not saving myself for this mess. I had a good thing in these days. My small garden, I discovered 2 nests. I was completely thrilled that I have little birds in my small garden. I had a little like dove nest. Costa Rica has different small doves, okay? And I look for an old book than when I was a child. This is like a, really old book. And because I want to show you guys the little dove nest. I hang up for like the fence, and without touching the nest, I took photos, and this is the photo of the dove nest. 2 birds there. Actually, at the end of I saw the mother to finish one of those babies, because I saw her and one of the babies flying away, but not the second one. Then I don't know if I didn't see it, or if was dead, or what happened. But she was a nice birdie. She sat there. She didn't move. She was not scared of me. It was nice. And I don't see where. Okay, it's something like, it was something like this one here. Okay, that was the dove I have. I don't know if you can see it well. I don't have good light. I'm sorry, I forgot to recharge the light of the thing, and okay. Now the other bird, no, actually, you know what? I made a mistake. It was one of these ones. And the other nest was a bigger nest, and has 2 eggs. Look at the photo. Love the color and the perfection of the nest. Now that nest was from a jiguero. The jiguero is the national bird of Costa Rica. Jiguero is so funny because it's not a nice bird, and the fact that it doesn't have colors is brown. It's a brown bird, but they sing beautifully. Now it's a bigger bird, and every time I go to pour water on my garden plants, the bird flies for a while. She used to sit in a corner and sing a little bit, and she waits until I go way back to the house in order to go to the nest. Now my jiguero nest, I'm so mad. I'm sorry if you have cats, but the stupid cat stole the eggs of the pajarita. I know. Sorry for people that has cats, but I don't like when the cats are outside in all the roofs and trying to eat whatever we have outside. One of these like lost cats or wild cats, or I don't know if came from a house or what, but I 2 nights on a road, I heard a cat in the roof, and the dogs got crazy, and I went out and I shoo, and I threw water and everything, trying to save my nest. But the last time, the cat took the eggs. Then sorry for the little birdie, because she lost the possible family. I'm looking for, I don't know why I found it before and now I'm like not finding the jiguiro. But it's so funny because jiguiro is okay. I'm popping up. I don't know. It's not here. It's here of course, because this is a book of Costa Rica's bird. But for some reason the photo is not well. I'm popping out one from internet there. That's a jiguiro. Okay. But then it was funny for some days to, you know, check my little birds. Other thing I received a package of floss. Guys, look at the photo. Did you see? It's a huge package. How? I'm so sorry. Okay, my dogs. One of them, she went crazy. It's a new dog in the neighborhood, in the other side of the fence, and that new dog. It howls horrendous, and she goes crazy, and she starts making noise, barking and howling like a wolf when she hears that. Okay, I was saying that photo. That is 750 skeins, guys. 750 skeins. Okay, but they're not all mine. Okay, they're not all mine. It's a buying together Carol and Catherine. Me. Then here we go. I already divide the skeins. This is Catherine. Tomorrow I'm sending her this. She lives in the south border, Costa Rica, Panama, and she will be starting a heaven. And this is for Carol. I love the colors, all the blues, turquoises, greens. She's making a very nice piece. I think it's a shawl, and it's a beautiful picture, like forest and cabin with all these colors, and she needed them. And in my case is a mix of, I ordered a bunch of different colors that I need for a lot of full coverage pieces that I am working and starting. Also, I received something that is going to Carol tomorrow together with the skeins. She was one of the winners from December, and she took the sweet time to decide what she wanted with her money price, and she decided this. She told me to get this for her. This is a I don't know honestly if it's a copy or not. She decided this is a Chinese brand, Joy Sunday. From the Chinese brands, this is the best I know so far. That is more accurate and better. Okay, then this is the she wants, and I hope she will enjoy. I'm not opening this because I am going to wait until she opens herself this. Okay, this is what I have so far. Now let's go with whips. I have a mess here, guys, because I'm sorry if I move, because I did already the Spanish video and I have things all over the place. Okay, whips. I work with hold on here. I work a little bit, and I will use this piece later to explain about some stuff in full coverage. I was working in Into the Woods from Mystic Stitch. Okay, I'm not opening all that. It's a big piece. It's a big piece, and this was a starter on the left up corner. Up corner. And this is where I am. What I did is I finished all this. This is the high of a page, okay, and actually I have 4 rows here already. Then I finished these 4 rows, and I started the 5th. Okay, now here the thing is, in this I don't have only one way to work. In this case, I take a color, I start from the top, I go checking all the little squares that match that color, and when I finish, then I go with another color. Then I finish this, and no matter it looks like too black and gray, it has a lot of different colors, a lot of blues, different grays, maroons, purples. It's incredible. I will use this piece later on to explain something. Other thing that I'm considering this a whip only because I didn't finish the back stitch yet, but all the cross stitch is done. And this is Aurora Cabin from from Dimensions. It's completely done except back stitch. Love it, love it, love it. Finally. Finally, but I'm finishing the back stitch. I already started back stitch on the cabin, but still have to finish. Also, I work a little bit in. Okay, I start working. No, because I started the past year, but I did a little bit the past year and I didn't do anything else, and I decided, wow, this is too behind. Then I work a little bit in Frisky Friends. There is the design. It's a 3 base. And here is what I did from Frisky. I am in the center, and this is what I did from Frisky Friends. That's the hat of the dog in the center. Actually, I really like how it looks the finished. Okay, that's Frisky Friend. I will be able to finish for this December. Honestly, I don't think so, but I always try. Okay, also I work on all Forest Embroidery small little houses. This is the one I'm working now. Okay, the past time what I had is one color of the bottom of the leg of the house, okay, the base of the house. Now I work a little bit up. Okay, then this is what I have right now. It's going well. I love these small houses. Okay. And the most of my time this month was in that design that is called Green Village European Town. It has 2 names. You know, guys, this is huge. And I finished page 1 and 11 because the first pages are... Okay, I'm sorry. I forgot to take out the ringtone, and well, it rang. Okay, now regarding European Town, you know, this piece is so big, and I started that in January 2021, and I said, oh my God, I really need to speed up a little bit in order to see that I have some advance on it and some improvement. And I decided to finish. I finished page 1 and page 11 that is in the bottom, and page 11 is a little less wide than half of the big pages, and it's going beautiful. It's a lot of work, but here it goes. This is European Town, page 1 and 11, full, complete, except backstitch, because this is a big piece. I'm not doing backstitch at the end until the end, until I move a little bit. Let's say I don't want to do backstitch until I don't move a little bit further on the piece, because I don't want to be touching too much the backstitch. Then this is beautiful. It's a lot of work. I don't know what you think, but here we're talking about 96.5 hours of job. What do you think? Crazy, no? But I like it. Really like it. Well, I work a lot of hours this past Holy Week in this European Town. Okay, that concludes my whips. Now I have 4 new starts. The first one is a full coverage piece that I call Wisteria, but it's not called like that. This is the thing, heaven on earth, algo something like that. Okay, I call it Wisteria because I love, that's one of my preferred colors, and we don't have Wisterias in Costa Rica, and I love them. Now I start in the, you know what, I just recall, okay, I start in the left, up the up left corner, as I am lately starting, and I'm using a little bit of parking method, not too much with this. I start here. This is what I did. I don't know if you can see the colors. Oh my god, oh, over there you can see the colors. It's a lot of purples and different kind of purples, lilacs and maroons and reds and blacks and grays. Okay, this looks small, but this is 8 x 18. Over here there are 200 stitches because I work by squares, 10 by 10. Okay, and this is, see, I'm trying to get, oh my god, the light is not helping me. Maybe over there you can see it better, correct? Yeah, this is starting to get dark outside. I don't know why I don't have good light today. I don't know if it's the position I chose or whatever. Okay, also I bought some time ago some patterns in Etsy to do bookmarks, Christmas ones, like for gifts. And then I start to do that one, the one that says Merry Christmas, but I changed the color. I'm actually using this, I call it Christmas green, that is from an old floss that my mom had, and she gave to me. Then this is my start. The idea is do all the green first and then start filling up all the centers that will be white. And I really like it. See the Marys over there. Okay, now also I start other two things that are already finishes. If you guys follow me, you know my daughter normally comes from US to Costa Rica every December, but they decided to come in May this year. She's coming next Saturday. I'm a happy mom. And I discovered, I don't know, I didn't, let's say I forgot I have 2 towels that somebody gave to me, that those towels that have the area to be stitched, and I decided to make a gift for her and her boyfriend. Then I took these old, very old magazine. Probably this magazine has at least, I think, maybe 20 years. I don't know. I tried to get the date. I don't know why I found the date, but this is an old magazine, okay? It's a Spanish magazine, and it has beautiful letters. These ones. I know it's a little vintage, but I really like it. And I decided to use colors they like and do a matching thing. Then this is the one for my daughter. Her name is Rachel, and I use blue and dark pink. This is Rachel. I start with the flower on top, in the top corner, and I did her name. This is lovely, guys. Look at how nice. And I use a gray with some kind of maroon or magenta for Victor. And I did it differently. I start from her name, from his name, and at the end I put the rose on the bottom. You see? Give me your comments. You like this? I know it's a little vintage, but I really love this. And took me 3 hours per letter. I don't know why. 3 hours per letter, except I, because the I was easy. But I really love this. Now, as a person that used to do a lot of food coverage, I don't care too much about the back. Now, because in this, the back is easy to see. I did my best. It's not perfect, guys. I'm not a perfect stitcher. But it looks okay. If you see, you can read. This is the back of Rachel's name. And you can see it's not bad. Okay? But even though I plan to cover this, and I'm not plan to cover this because of how I stitch, I want to make the towels more durable. I want to suffer when they get washed or something, then I'm planning to cover with this week. Or at least while she's here, and I want her to be able to take them back to US. I want to cover that with a piece of fabric that I am debating, because the thing is, my car is in the mechanic and I don't have too much time to go and buy new fabric. But I have some Aida that I can put in the back, some white Aida that I can cover the back, and on hand do some kind of stitch to stitch that to the bag without, you know, damage the towel. That's what I plan to do, because I don't want the stitches to be picked or poked with something, you know, or you know, I want them to be durable. But I really like this. Then there's two pieces, that two finishes. Now, before I finish, I had been receiving questions on how to fix problems on full coverage pieces. And here I want to be able to help a little bit. Now, we have to understand that the first thing we have to erase from ourselves is guilt. Why I'm saying guilt? Okay, because I heard a lot that says, oh my God, but if I change that, that's not the original design. I feel bad. I know if I don't use the colors that it says. Okay, guys, stitching is art. And sometimes you have to be able to do your changes and put to work your creativity. Now, if we're talking about a sampler, or one of these designs that have a mirror effect, that in a mirror effect, this has to match the other one exactly. Well, in that case, probably you will have to frog in the majority of the times. Okay? Frogging will be your first choice. Now, it's a whole different thing with full coverage. Why? Guys, let's start for the back of a full coverage. No matter how careful you are, with a big full coverage piece that has, and mostly when it has a lot of confetti, your back is a Jason Pollock. Okay, the back of your piece will never be perfect, because you have to go on top of the pieces of the stitches. I'm sorry, you have to move from one side to the other one. You have to cut so many times. You have to hide your stitches so many times. And I don't know if you guys can. If you can do it, you are my heroes. But it's in my case that I like tight stitches. I start working on 14 Aida, and now my full pieces are being done in 18 Aida, because I like how, and 2 strands, because I like how it gets completely covered and I don't see the light. I still have, and you will see many of my full coverage is still on 14, because there was the thing that I was using before, but now I use in 18 because I like the effect. Okay, in that kind of pieces, it's really not possible to hide your floss on front of the piece, because you will end with a lot of bumps, and you will see the bumps, because there's too many times you have to cut, too many times you have to do that, because maybe in one 10 by 10 square you have like 10 colors, 15 colors sometimes. See, it's crazy. Then you have to hide it on the back. Then your back is a Jason Pollock. Now, I try to do my best, but even though, okay, this is Aurora Cabin. This is the back of Aurora Cabin. If you see, that's the back. And from far away, you can see like another design. Now, if you go and you go close, you can see the messy part. Okay? Now, I want to explain 2 ways to fix mistakes, and that depends on what kind of mistake you have. The first explanation I will do is based on Aurora Cabin, and I did it some time ago, but I was requested to do it again. Okay, I start working from the center of the piece, from here. I start working 2 the left and up. Like, let's say from here to the left up. Start when I start getting down and start feeling the stuff here, I discover my line of design was ending and I supposed to put more color. That means I skipped some columns before. Somehow here I made a big boo-boo, and I'm not talking about one column, no. Probably I skipped like 10. Don't ask me how, don't ask me why. I couldn't find where I did it. And it's because there's so many colors that mix, it's terrible. Then I said, oh my God, what am I supposed to do? Well, there are several problems with my mistake. This is a kit, then it has this own floss, and if I have to frog all of these, that we're talking about frog like thousands of stitches in order to fix the problem, you probably will run out of floss, and you will have to request dimensions or extra floss or try to match with the MC, but they're not exact. They are similar but not exact. Also, the fact is, it was really frustrated because there are so many. I don't know, maybe, I don't know how many thousand of stitches I have to frog. Also, even if I can match with the MC, here, maybe you cannot see, but here, all these colors from the light colors, the green, yellow, and pink from the Aurora Borealis, they have a special floss, like a filament. Is called a filament that is like tornasol, and that I'll be running out definitely. And I said, what am I doing? Okay, then I call this fixed. Look for a focal piece. Okay, you have to look for the focal point of the piece. Which is the focal point of this? The cabin. Okay, then I stop what I was doing here. Yeah, I always made a mistake because of the mirror. Okay, I start. That's fine. I start here. Okay, then I stop working here and I decide to do the cabin. Why? Because the cabin has to be perfect. You cannot fix problems over there easy because you have straight lines that have to be as supposed to be. You cannot go one cross here and one cross there. No. Then I did the cabin, and then I did the second focal piece, which is the reflection of the cabin on the water, because it has to matches. Then you have to be sure it goes okay. Perfect. When I finish the focal point, then now I can start moving around the focal point without any problem. Why? Because if you have a river, sky, forest, a field with flowers, you can skip things. You can change stuff. Nobody will see the difference if you keep a common sense way to fix it. What I'm saying is, if you have a field of flowers and the field comes with a combination of colors, then you keep the same combination of colors, no matter if you take some out or you increase some of them. Now, what was the problem here is, if I didn't do some rows here, no rows, columns in this case, the problem was a column in this case, then you will end with extra space in this here. You will end with extra fabric in this side. And remember that my problem was below, not on top. That means here I will be okay, but here I won't be okay. Okay. Then, which I did is, let me show you something. Where is the, oh, here. This is the original design. Here, I start here. Here, there are 1 tree. But here, there are 2 trees. What I did is I copy. Let me see. Let me see here. I copied this tree here. It looks perfect. It looks part of the background. And I start filling the blanks that have extra. Of course, it was not enough. I had also to fix a little bit here in order to match the extra space I had. But if you use your common sense, you keep the originally the original colors that are requested, and you keep the logic, like you can put an extra branch or put an extra color and mix a little bit, and you will fix. If somebody see this, nobody can see that I made a big boo-boo, so big that I have to cut in one side and full fill in the other one. But it can be done. Then don't panic. It could be fixed. Because, guys, I know if you want to be so perfect, you probably will say, no, I have to frog until I fix. Yeah. Good for you. I'm not. If I can avoid frogging in a full coverage, I will. Because I don't have all the time I want to stitch. And I have so many full coverage pieces. And I need to be able to save time. 2 hours of stitching, 1 hour stitching, whatever, for me is precious. Then if I can avoid frogging, I will. But it's up to you guys. Now, this is using the focal point. Now, let me show you this other problem. This is Into the Woods, okay? I finished this. I start with one color here. And I was okay. Perfect. When I arrived to the one before the last one, I discovered I had an extra line. Let's say, when I took the pattern, the line that's supposed to be the last line, it was one before my last line on the fabric. What that means? That I just kept one line, one row, some part before. That's why I have extra at the end. Okay. If you want, as I say, if you want to frog, go ahead. But it's not necessarily needed. If that area has a very defined motif, something that has borders and you can see the shape, you will have to frog. But if you are in the forest, like in this case, you don't have to frog. What I did is this. First of all, I am not using an app with this. I'm working in paper. It's fine for me and I really like it. This is the page I'm working it. This is the first page. Whatever you see here is this. Then we're talking about this is the equivalent of 4 columns plus this one here that has a little bit of green, which is the one I was working with. Then when you do that, you have to fix in 2 parts, always in 2 parts. One is you go to the line before the last, and then in the last that for you is an extra and is without anything, you double your colors from the last line. Then for instance, in this case, I don't know, let me see if I can explain. See, in this case, the last line has this green here. You see this small dot green? Okay. Then what I did here is I double. Those are 2 squares, not 1. See? Okay, that fixed the fact that if you don't do that, if you don't double or you copy your last line twice, you will end with a problem that you will take again when you start the page that goes below. Okay, then you have to be able to cut the mistake there and not to continue carrying the mistake in the next pages. Okay, that's the first part. Now, the second part is you definitely kept one line. Then which I do is I look, if it's possible, I do that. If it's not possible, you will get the one that has the less. But what I did is I went back and I checked until I found this line here that doesn't have the motif or color of colors I was working with. That means in that line that I chose, the symbol I was working and the symbol with the one I made a mistake, it was not there. Then I painted like closing the line. That means in my brain, the line is already done. I will not stitch that line because I have to take away from the bottom the one I take away from the top the one I put double in the bottom. If I explain myself, I hope I explained myself correctly. Okay. Now, probably you will have to fix one or two squares, one or two stitches over there that will not match, but they're easy to fix if you already did the first part, which is double the bottom and then erase one line on the top. Then any extra stitch that goes over there that maybe doesn't supposed to be there, you fill the stitch with another stitch of a color that is on the side. Okay, but you have to be careful to do it. Double the line on the bottom and then take away or erase one line on the top. Now, sometimes you are able to, like check and go back in your steps and exactly find where you skipped. But honestly, in this case, it's amazing, guys. I went back like 6 times. I count and I couldn't find what I did. I couldn't. Then I said, okay, hell no. I am not wasting more of my time. I'm doubling down. I am erasing one. Go ahead. Because I don't have time to lose, looking for that mistake. Now, as I'm saying, if it's a piece where your mistake will be notable, and you will have to frog, okay? Frog will come to you. But if you can do things like that, go ahead. Don't have that guilt that you destroy that design. No, you didn't destroy that design. You made a mistake, but this is not perfectionist. This is art. And you can then put a little bit of creativity and you're fixing and decide and fix, that's the work. That's the word. Fix your mistake and nobody will see it. Believe me, nobody will see you double the line. Could you imagine in this piece, somebody will see that I double a line here and erase a line here. Like 10 stitches erased here and 10 stitches duplicated here. You have to remember that it's coming more and it's coming more. Nobody will see it. Then don't have that guilt. Don't get crazy. And because somebody asked me, if somebody has a problem with a full coverage and needs to make a correction, and sometimes you get so preoccupied that you don't see how to do it, let me know. Let me know by email or by Instagram, and we can think together how to fix in the best way and save you some time. Then that was everything for today. Thank you so much to share with me. Love you guys. God bless you. Hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.